At the start of the anecdote, a face on the news looking through his notes. A rose in a retrograde motion. In the end, we will suffer like we should.
Hello everyone, Knightmare here once again, excuse me, and this time this is an older race from Brands Hatch. It was a Nations race running the Integra Type R, and this was a really good race throughout, right up until, well, you'll see what's coming up here. Today's video is sponsored by the Booga Box. This is he makes handmade custom chainmail creations, wall hangings. He does some laser etching on lamps, dog tags, stuff like that. It's really cool stuff. And so if you want to see some really cool items, go check out his website. Link will be in the description. He will appreciate it, as will I. And I would like to thank Enox. My buddy Roy gave me permission to use their music in my videos. So I definitely appreciate that. If you guys, they're available everywhere. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. So yeah, go show them guys some love, man. You can find them on Spotify. They are really heavy. Just good music, guys. So yeah, if you would go check them out as well, I would definitely appreciate it. So as you can see, everybody running the same car. Chaos kind of ensues after the start of the race here. Mountaineer, he gets kind of pushy. He's already got a penalty. I'm not sure, what he's thinking as far as, oh my God, I got to get out front so I can get rid of this penalty. Well, you're going to lose a bunch of spots since you got it on the first lap anyway. So yeah, it is what it is. I expected chaos. You always do on the standing start kind of thing. But I mean, it's really intense from the word go in this race, which is a lot of fun. I wasn't expecting to do particularly well in this race. I just kind of went into it. I concern myself more with the manufacturer's standings, so I'm more careful about what races I'll run in that. But unless it's a combination I just absolutely hate, I'll run the Nations races just for the heck of it. But yeah, so Mountaineer takes his penalty, which, cool, get out of the way, that kind of thing. Now see, up in 4th place is Herbalist Dave, up in 5th is Zalex. Here in a little bit, start having a really good race with Zalex. It gets a little pushy. Yeah, he was kind of getting on my nerves after a couple of times, but again, it is what it is. Stuff like this is just going to happen. This game, for some unknown reason, they can't figure out how to get rid of the trash drivers. So for guys like me, I try to race clean, but I'm going to race by the rules that you set. So if you're going to be throwing elbows, throwing shoulders, trying to hip check me off the track, well, then you get what you get, pretty much. Yeah, so I think Gran Turismo, Polyphony, whichever way you want to say it, I'm pretty sure they could figure out a better way to get rid of the garbage drivers. I mean, we got enough of that crap going on Forza. That's why I don't play it. Forza is bad enough. If these guys want to just bash around, slam into people, they can go play Forza or Wreckfest. There's any number of games out there that they can play. Hell, Need for Speed. Stuff like that. There's any number of games they can go play. They should just leave this to the people who actually want to compete and want to do it properly. But again, if they're going to push and shove and all that good stuff, well then, I guess, you know, they get what they get. Pretty simple to figure out, I think. So anyway, yeah, we got a pretty intense race going on here. This is a lot of fun right at this point. Yeah, Thanos, he was the one that you may have seen off into the grass at the beginning of this last lap. And so I wound up catching up to him pretty quickly. Cars are kind of grouped up right now. They're not all spread out. Uncle Jesse's kind of, you know, he's really fast, so he's just kind of cruising out to his normal lead. But yeah, so I get past Thanos there. Maybe a little bit aggressive, not horrible, I don't think. If you do think I was too aggressive on that move, please let me know in the comments. I'm never above constructive criticism. If you sit there and tell me I just flat suck as a driver, well, you know, I'm pretty well going to tell you to just move on. But I'm always looking to improve as a racer. So if you guys think that I could have done something a little different in that situation, hey, let me know. So yeah, like I said earlier, this race with Zalex, it's pretty good racing right for the time being. It's pretty good. I mean, we're pretty well matched up evenly. Obviously using the same car, so you know there is that. I do get a really good run on him coming out of that last corner there. So I am going to get around him here. And now I'm just setting my sights on third place. Because, as usual, it's a case of, you know, if I start outside the top 10, my goal is to get into the top 10. If I get into the top 10, well, see, Zalex right there. That's the start of him starting to get on my nerves quite a bit. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, my goal is if I start outside the top 10, I'll aim to get into the top 10 and finish there. If I get into the top 10, then my goal moves on to be in the top 5. If I get into the top 5, it moves on to a podium. I will just, you know, that's the way I prefer to run my races. I set a goal, I go after it. If I get it, I set another one. So as you can see, it doesn't take a whole lot of time for me to catch back up to Zalex here. He's not the smoothest fella on track. So it helps to, you know, it helps me catch up to him pretty quickly. That, and I think Thanos might have been holding him up just a little bit, which, okay, I know that works to my advantage too. I'll tell you what, Zalex is driving that car for all it's worth, boy. He's got that thing sliding all over the place. He hit his brakes really early right there. I don't know whether he was just trying to wall it up just a little bit and get settled into the corner, but he hit his brakes way early. Excuse me. Right here, I'm dead on the apron, and Thanos just turns down on me. They ought to make the heads-up display show the radar all the time. You know, give you another set of buttons to run the fuel and that stuff. But my God, just make the radar mandatory. They have to see it. Because a lot of guys, I think a lot of the problem is they don't use the radar. They don't pay attention. They're not aware of what's around them. And in cases like Thanos going through druids, he just didn't know I was there and turned down on me. But that is neither here nor there. So for the time being, nothing much really happens. So we are going to skip ahead just a little bit here, guys. Alright, so we moved ahead just a little bit here. 3-4 minutes. Not much happened during that time, so didn't figure I'd bore you too much with that. I guess I'm kind of boring as it is without the constant chatter throughout the race. But anyway, yeah, I'm back in racing with Enox here once again. And this time, Herbalist Dave is in the mix. So I've got 5th and 4th place directly in front of me. 3rd's not too far away, 3rd and 2nd. So I'm thinking if I can get around these guys, I might have a pretty good shot at getting a podium. Running pretty well, a lot better than I expected. So Zalix and Dave get into it a little bit here. And so I get down to the inside. And again, I don't think he was using his radar, didn't know there was somebody there, turned down on me. I get a 1-second penalty. Absolutely stupid. Was I a little bit aggressive there? Yeah, but those two were fighting at it, and you know, so I'm gonna try and take advantage of it. But still, he just flat turned down on me, and that is just such a killer in this game. People they're not paying attention. I normally run with the radar on, unless I've got a huge gap. If somebody's close enough to me, I'm going to run with the radar on to see if they're going to make a move like that. Some people might have considered that a dive bomb. I don't. I was much faster than both of them coming into that corner. So I don't consider that a dive, because it wasn't like I was more, you know, I wasn't a 1/10 of a second back. I was barely a car length back, and I had plenty of room to get under. So, I don't know. Like I said in the earlier part of the video, if you guys think I'm wrong, if you think I should have held off, let me know in the comments, man. But anyway, so I'm going to come up here and serve my penalty. And so was Zalix. So that brings Herbalist Dave into the mix here. This race was some really tight racing, guys. This was kind of intense. You know, getting an old fat guy like me sweating during this, you know, this kind of thing. All right, so here, I think what happens later on was led by this. The AGTS driver gets a little pushy, shoves me forward, winds up ducking under me, running into Dave, and I think Dave took exception to it, and so this kind of leads into a little bit of pushing and shoving. I don't know whether I'm pretty sure he thought I ran into him when it wasn't me. It was the guy that just, you know, Hernan or whatever his name is back there was the one that created all that mess. But again, everybody comes out of it with no penalties. You know, I get a little bit wide here, so yeah, I may have been a little bit out of sorts, but I'm holding my own, staying out in front of both of them. And I'm feeling pretty good right here. You know, I'm running in 4th place. I started, what, I think 8th, and I wasn't expecting to do half that well. I qualified better than I thought I would. Definitely running better than I thought I would. Brands Hatch is not my favorite track in the game. I don't hate it, but it's not my favorite track. So here you see I'm going just a little bit defensive, getting down to the inside, trying to make sure I cover the apron. You know, just to make their life a little more difficult trying to get around me. But right here, nope, this isn't the spot. Never mind. So yeah, right now I'm just trying to gain on third. See if I can make up some time. I think I'm doing pretty well at it. I think I am gaining on them. You know, using the replay. They don't show the times. I'm not sure why that is. I don't see why they couldn't do that. But yeah, I use the replays to do my videos because I don't find the quality to be all that great recording them live. So yeah, it's one of those things where usually you can pretty much see if you're gaining on somebody or not. And right now, those guys up, the two in front of me, they're kind of fighting back and forth. Uncle Jesse's pretty well checked out. Well, I get all kinds of squirrely there. That was the old proverbial butt pucker moment right there, guys. But see, now again I got that AGTS driver behind me. And he is quick. I'm going to give him that. He is quick. But for, you know, some unknown reason, he is just a little bit aggressive, a little bit overly aggressive in some parts of this race. Right here, he decides to go around the outside. Now, I will give him credit. He didn't turn down on me real hard. Didn't try to push me off or anything. But right here, yeah, he does get into the back of me, sends me off. So I have to recover from that. He goes to the inside. Dave goes to the inside. He's turning right. You know, he's trying to push me at this point. I am not amused, not even a little bit. Dave does miss a shift there, so I wind up bumping into the back of him. And so, yeah, right about here, it's starting to kick off, guys. Lots of fun. So I'm just outside the top 5. Alright, you know, I started 8th. I got 18 on my car. I'm good with that. I'm okay. Right here, Dave runs off the track and he just turns dead right. Completely spins me out. Just an utter, complete piece of trash move. I had a podium in sight. I would have at least had a top 5, I think. And that utter piece of garbage pulls that kind of bullshit move. After the race, in the chat box, he had the balls to type in, "Karma got you." Now, I'm sorry, but I'm not entirely sure what that karma would have been for. Yes, there was a little bit of bumping, but for him to completely and utterly just take me out like that, that isn't karma, that's just trash. That is all that is. Plain and simple, trash. And right at this point in the race, he can be very, very, very glad that I am not nearly close enough to be able to get back to him, because I guarantee you, I would have paid him back. I guarantee it. I would not. There's no two ways about it. He would have went off. Like I said, I race by the rules you set. He raced me that way. If I had run into him, if I had been close enough, if there had been enough laps for me to get back up to him, he'd have been done. I'd have taken him out. Not afraid to admit it, folks. So yeah, I wind up starting 8th. I lose 8 spots. After having gained a bunch, I lose 8 spots because of a piece of garbage. Such is life on Gran Turismo. There's always those idiots. Not a lot you can do about them. You just kind of be angry, get over it, move on to the next race. I will say I haven't seen him again on track. I don't know why for sure. I'm sure our ratings were pretty much the same for quite a while. I just never saw him again, so that didn't hurt my feelings at all. But at any rate, guys, alright, so yeah, I thank you very much for watching. If you like what you see, like what you hear, just, you know, love the sound of my voice, whatever the case may be, please leave a like, subscribe if you want. If you don't, that's cool. Just, you know, leave a like, leave a comment, hit that dislike button. Any of the three will help us out, or, well, help me out. This is my personal channel. We do have a team channel for Attack Motorsport. It's Attack Motorsport ISRT on YouTube, so if you want to check that out, cool. By all means, we'd love to have you. So, yeah, until next time, everybody, this is Knightmare. Peace.
You never make a difference. God made his decision. At the start of the anecdote, a face on the news looking through his notes. A rose in a retrograde motion. In the end, we will suffer like we should. We will suffocate it!